What's up, Topo Chico people?
Oh, I don't think that they know what Topo Chico people
Topo
are.
Chico are people that enjoy
Topo Chico
mineral water.
I'm still not sure about the Topo Chico.
Mm.
Two reasons, a couple of reasons. The first one would be that it's in a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
No bueno. And it was found to have high amounts of lead at one point, but then they did something to it and then they reduced it.
Yeah, let's see. Serve cold.
You think that it's going to say anything on the label about being packed in plastic or lead? Yeah, no, it's going to say that.
It's
guys, I don't even know
mineral water and carbon dioxide. It doesn't say lead.
So, welcome to Marital Hate. It's a weekly, nightly, usually, unless I don't feel good, podcast with me and this guy. And
I am your husband,
Doug.
Stacy. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you guys. So our podcast is live and interactive. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can comment no matter where you are. Even if you don't see other people there, you comment. We bring your comment up on the screen, and see, like, if you comment, we just go and pull it up. Of course, that just says live viewer comments.
Got nothing.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. But we have had some riveting discussions in the past.
Oh yes, indeed. Yes, they go off the rails quickly.
Yeah,
is what they do.
You never know when we could have a conversation about, I don't know, natural health or the state of global affairs or fisting or whatever. You know, it could happen anytime. Drugs
or something that's on the top of my mind today. We're having just kind of a major weather story here in.
Do you see that I'm wearing a sweater and my hair is down?
It is here in Cape Coral, 69 degrees. It's brisk. I don't mind telling you, it feels brisk out here as opposed to the normal sweating your balls off temperatures, if I must say so. But this week we'll have highs. I don't want to tell you about tomorrow.
What's that?
It's a low of 56.
We're gonna have to.
It's a low of 56 and a high of 73. But then we bounce back on Wednesday. It's going to be 80 and then 83.
We have the doors open
Thursday.
All day today.
The doors were open.
And I don't see any freaking bugs out here, so I don't know why we don't have the house open.
Bugs all died. It's too goddamn cold. We need to build a fire.
By the way, it's so messy out here. We need to straighten up.
Well,
we have problems as people. Anne says, here, calming down. Oh, good. I'm glad because I can't text and do that at the same time, even though I'm about to text my stepson. And Doug says, my sister lives to this weather. I like a good, 75.
Yeah, it was beautiful today. It was breezy.
It's 80, like 75 is good if you're like out doing stuff. 80 is good if you're driving the Jeep.
7 a.m., 56. Okay. Yeah, we have a thing where if it gets below 70 in the Jeep, you got to bundle up.
Hang on. In Massachusetts, when it was below 72, you would bundle up because you'd be freezing. And now in Florida, if it's below 80, you bundle up.
Yeah. So it's not
crazy.
But then again, there's no pleasing me. I'm usually too cold.
Sorry, I just need to respond to this with Nolan real quick. Let me just text Nolan back. You tell them about our weekend, and then we'll tell them about the fun holiday we're celebrating today.
The weekend was uneventful for the most part, as Stacy was not feeling all that great, but that led to a lot of great ideas and food thing ideas. There was like some sort of waffle thing with bacon and maple.
Yeah, but you didn't make it.
No, because there was too many flavors.
I wanted layers.
Raspberries, maple,
I drew a
mango.
fucking picture.
I know you drew a picture.
And then the banana bread that I came up with, that was genius.
The banana bread was not banana bread. It was pumpkin bread, where on the plate you drizzle some maple syrup, sprinkle with some bacon sprinkles. Then you put your banana bread, not banana bread, your pumpkin bread on it. And then on top of that, you make your what we call our bananas Foster, which is actually just melted brown sugar in a pan with some butter. You blend one banana and some milk in the blender, and then pour it into, when your brown sugar is melted, you stir that all up, and you make what we call bananas Foster, which is really it's misnomer because it has nothing to do with bananas Foster, but it also only has one banana, so it should be banana Foster. You
could have used more than one banana.
Oh yeah, but you can, but
you didn't.
The recipe that I know is one banana,
but
two
we're
banana,
fucking
three
with
banana,
it. We
4.
put the maple. So did you tell them about the maple syrup ring?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And the crumbled bacon.
So I got to that point. So then you put your.
Hang on a second, just 1 second. When I'm high, I come up with the most brilliant snack ideas. So why he's questioning my brilliance is beyond me.
I'm just trying to get the.
We're about to chime in with you guys.
The misnomer of bananas. I don't know what bananas Foster is, but we call this concoction bananas Foster. Then you put the bananas Foster, which is warm, over the bread, and then you hit it with the whipped cream on top. It's it was pretty phenomenal. Anyway, so we have some comments here. Tracy's would like to say hi peeps. Daniel says hello from Dallas, Texas, which he couldn't get his flight out today, but tomorrow first class on the way, baby. I pay attention.
Is he really going first class? Or why doesn't he just get on a bus?
And Phyllis is amazing. I think a bus from here's the thing, a bus from Dallas to Mansfield, Ohio.
No, he's in Texas. I think he's in Texas.
No, he lives in Mansfield, Ohio. He's
yeah,
trying to go back to Mansfield, Ohio.
Oh, he's trying to get back.
Yeah.
How did it go in Texas? What happened with the girl?
Wait a second. Phyllis is amazing. Yeah.
If she's amazing.
You get that thing.
Slow your roll.
Okay, so then Todd.
Did you look on my face?
Todd likes to say, "Oh, good, now I'm freaking out. I don't remember my combination in high school, and that's no longer there."
17, 6, 10.
That was my nickname in high school. Because I was at 10.
Emphasis.
I was 17. I could have done that backwards. I could have said that. I should have said the 10 was for something. What
does the 6 stand for?
I don't like to talk about that.
That's not what you. I mean, maybe
anyway,
soft.
So, all right, can we? All right, so we just need to get back to.
Okay.
So the description on this this episode was, it's episode 121 on 10/16/23, which was also my high school combination.
Oh, that's why. Combination,
okay. Which, by the way, my high school is getting torn down next year. So Todd, I'm right with you. So it won't even matter that I've.
So I'm glad that like the anniversary of my Lyme diagnosis, the important
we're
thing
not
about
there.
that
We're
is
not
that
there
it's your
yet.
high school graduation locker coat.
I had to put something in. I don't know what to put in. In Art, I don't know who Art is. Is Art your new friend?
Art's my new friend.
Oh, your new friend. You did. Yeah.
Shout out to
Hello,
Art.
Art.
Michelle, hello. Nice. We want to be just like you one day. Oh, well, I do. And Doug has to.
When she grows up, she wants to be you guys, Art.
I
and
want
Art
you to
says,
be
hello, new friend. And which is nice. We always like new friends. And I don't know, Art, if you know about the show, it goes off the rails pretty quickly. You'll get to know some of these other people that are commenting. They're all fabulous.
You'll be friends with all these people.
But
for somebody who lives full time in an RV, having friends in Ohio and Texas and Massachusetts, probably a good thing to do.
But I will say this, Art,
baby.
These people are very nice people, I assure you. But
wait, let's see who's here again.
There's a big but. They're all
everybody
just
here
like
is really nice,
yeah.
but they're all a little crazy, but in the best possible way. Like I can just tell, and actually, with the exception of Art and Daniel, everybody here knows each other right now because we went back to Massachusetts and we introduced
people.
And I gotta say,
that's craziness.
I talked to people about the Olive Garden, like I talked smack about the Olive Garden when we sent out the invite, but it was actually delightful.
Oh, we had a good time. It didn't matter. You could have given me a peanut butter sandwich that fell on the floor, and I would have had a great time that night.
That's true.
So Daniel says he's in Texas till tomorrow. They put him in a hotel tonight in first class all the way tomorrow. Woo! Which I predict. I have a little prediction for this plane.
He's getting kicked out of first class so hard.
Is it?
I would. I've been in first class before, but I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, I've never been, but I have a feeling Daniel's going to pick up some sort of first class lady and have some mile high fun.
Too many ladies to speak of.
That's not for us to judge. Daniel, get your freak on.
I'm judging. I want him to heal.
Art says he likes off the rails, so he'll fit right in.
I want him to heal so he can have healthy relationships. I was just having this conversation with kid number 2 or 6, depending on how.
See, all right, so your definition of healthy is not Daniel's definition of fun. Daniel wants to, do his thing. I'm right with you, Daniel. You go that first class, get whatever you can off the deal.
Okay. So I do want to, Tracy says it was fun. Art says he cannot lie. Did you bring those up?
He cannot lie. He says he likes off the rails, and he says he cannot lie, and he must like big butts as well, because that's something.
I have actually seen his wife's butt.
Oh,
it's not particularly big. It's lovely though. Oh. You both have lovely butts. Congratulations.
And speaking of lovely butts, Tracy said it was fun when we all got together in Massachusetts last month. It was a good time.
That's the thing. When we say things like people have lovely butts and we all got together, that's why people always think we're swingers.
All right. Well, I must have said big butts or something because that's why Art
Maybe
kind
he
of
just
chimed
said he
in.
can't
So
lie.
we're like minded in the.
Side note, Art actually has a blog and
Wait, would he like to be a sponsor of this fine, bro?
last time somebody tried to sponsor us, we were like, yeah, we'll just plug you for free.
Yeah,
By the way, Christmas is coming.
Christmas coming. We'll
get yourself a Ranadon speaker.
We're gonna promote
so
that.
Portable. Actually, Art, you guys should definitely get one. It's this like little black speaker.
I'll get it.
It's very sleek.
It's right there.
It pairs Bluetooth, but so like your leisure travel van probably has a really good speaker system, but this is like a super portable speaker, and it's battery powered. It's rechargeable USB, and it will pair with your device, and it's got a really good like a Beats Pill level sound quality. But they're only
in your wet bay.
But
boom.
They're only $50.
Boom.
Yeah, but they have inside and outside sound. But like, say they're at the pool or at the beach or they're on a hike. You just bring this little fucker with you, and you're good to go.
If you'd like to interrupt your nice peaceful hike with some,
or maybe you play noises, animal
some
noises.
Busta Rhymes, you could just bring
scare
this.
I like Busta Rhymes. You could scare some animals away. I was just trying to think of somebody ridiculous. Halloween sounds. Really, you could play blood-curdling screams.
Oh well, that's what she said when I met her.
Right?
Wow, that's small.
It's little.
So
our friend Uriel produces these, and the website's ranadon.com, RANIDON.com. And they're only $50 right now. He did a limited run, and I'm sure he's going to sell out by Christmas.
We haven't heard from him in a while. We got to do a wellness check.
I'll tell him to plug him. Actually, I wish we had invited Uriel to dinner, but he would have been fucking horrified.
Yeah, he seems like a nice boy from a good family.
I don't know.
Not like the rest of these yahoos.
So, but like,
no offense,
just looks nice.
Yahoos.
Just this little thing. It's so
it's
cute.
heavy. It's like a hockey
It's
puck.
heavy. It's like
yeah.
I don't want to throw it on my table because it'll break the table.
You just threw it like to show like the rate of descent as it relates to everything falls the same rate. Don't you know that's like Newton's law or whatever?
I don't know.
He discovered that.
Okay, so anyway,
Leaning Tower Pisa. They dropped a shuttlecock.
We did a podcast
and a Bluetooth speaker.
We did a podcast on Friday, and we had to stop early because it was too fucking hot. It was like soup air.
Yeah. Now tonight it's freezing.
And tonight it's cold. I have a sweater on.
We're gonna go skating on the pool later.
That's true. We don't have skates, but I was back to plugging our friend Art. Art and his wife have a Instagram and a blog and a Facebook called We Are Roaming Royals.
Is it naughty?
Not necessarily, but there. If you scroll their Facebook, there's a couple little butts.
Oh, that's how you know about the wife.
Yeah. See, well, there she is. Oh, look at her.
That's so nice.
She's so cute.
There's a lot of sunsets. I like that. I like a nice.
No, but they have all these beautiful pictures of their trip. Look at that little bum. They're so cute. And sorry, not to be talking about your butts on the internet, but if you put it on the internet, I'm going to comment on it. All I do is look at freaky, fucked up shit on the internet. Y'all are going to need to up your game. Like you need to have like a moose in that picture with like a boner, and then I'll be like, oh, okay. Like that's just like innocent, wholesome fun.
Wholesome fun. Well, I will say this: that you went looking on
the Garden of Eden.
You went looking on the internet today for one of your old favorite websites that used to go
SillyDicks.com. It's a website where people put things inside their foreskin and pull it up.
Or whatnot. There was one guy with a snake wrapped around it, like a live snake.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Silly Dicks.
It was messed up. And she used to go there and laugh.
I don't know what happened to Silly Dicks.
And now it's like I think it's one of those things that
way,
when the internet was invented, they thought it was a good idea, and then they're like, Dude,
it was there till very recently. But the funny thing is, when you search,
how often do you go to this site?
As often as possible. When you go search Silly Dicks, you get like all kinds. So hang on.
Yes. Oh, Etsy.
There's a T-shirt apparently on Amazon it's customer reviews. Actually, I may need to read this reviews for this. Apparently, there's a T-shirt.
5 stars.
Apparently, there's a T-shirt on the internet that say "Silly F word dicks are for chicks," and it's a gay slur.
It's a rabbit.
It's a gay slur, and it has.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, but I think that's like a gay on gay thing. Like what gay dudes could say that to one another.
What,
like a straight guy can't.
But I'm thinking this shirt is sort of
a gay guy can wear that shirt, but a straight guy can't. Kind of a deal.
Maybe dicks can be for everybody. Why don't we all get along?
You should get a dick.
I have a dick.
No, I mean like another one.
Nah, mine's like, perfectly fine. I
don't
need another one
until you try it.
Yes, I can't say that I'm a pilot until I try it.
Okay, well, think about sushi.
Wait.
You
Yeah.
never wanted to have sushi. Then you had sushi, and now you like sushi.
I like some sushi. I don't like it all.
Well, you might feel that way about dicks. Maybe you like uncut dicks. Maybe you like.
Maybe I don't
cut
like
dicks.
any at all. I don't like liver. Don't like that. That's gross.
Maybe if it was prepared differently, you would like.
I don't
it.
like tripe.
Do you like pate?
You gotta disguise it.
Exactly, and it's fucking liver. So if I take a dick and put like a little hat on it, maybe like a condom, you might not recognize it. What if it was like a decorative condom?
No means no. No offense to anybody out there with your wiener that
Do your
you want to
thing.
show it off, but it's just not my thing. Not my bag.
Trace says, I like being a Yahoo. Thank you. You are a delightful little
It's a
Yahoo, my
Yahoo.
friend. And I hope you and Bex are feeling better. Everybody,
Yeah. Good.
say a prayer for Elias. I'm always saying it the wrong way because, man, say a little prayer for Anne. She's been very worried about her friend. Say a prayer for Trace and Bex and their whole family because they're moving across the goddamn country and they're sick.
Not our problem.
How did your home inspection
Stacey,
go?
It's not our problem.
We're still going to say a prayer for our fucking friends. So anyway, Silly Penis is a, check out our Silly Penis collection from Etsy Canada. I might have to buy some stuff from them.
Those wacky Canadians.
They have all these like little penis things that are delightful. They have a dick charcuterie. It's like a taco board. That's another website I can't help but recommend is Silly Penis on
Etsy. Apparently.
On Etsy. Give that a whirl.
Yeah.
But there's
it's great for
the first 20 posts are silly F word dicks or for chicks
preschool birthdays.
T-shirts. There's like 20 of them.
Religious
so I don't know
rights.
what happened to the silly dicks. Weird penises, silly.
You can buy all your
Yes.
accoutrement for your very next.
If anybody could find me the page, Trace, this is a great job for you. And I understand that it would hurt your Google search history as a card-carrying lesbian. But if you could find me silly dicks again, it would really bring great joy into my life.
I don't think they issue cards for that. They should.
You can get.
I would like
you
to.
Can
I
get
would
a
like
gold
all
star
them.
card if you've never had. If you're a lesbian,
Yeah.
you never had sex with a man, you get a gold star card.
Yeah, but
called
who
the Gold
issues?
Star lesbian.
Issues this card?
Subaru.
There's a board.
Subaru. You go to Subaru, you get your Outback and your gold star card at the same time.
Tracy wants to know what she's actually looking up.
It was a website called Silly Dicks, and it's gone, and it had a bunch of dicks on it, and now I can't find it. She says, hopefully I will hear back from the potential home buyers tomorrow.
Nice.
You'll hear from the buyers tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow.
Because you know why? It's a hard knock life.
It's not a hard knock life. It's not a hard knock life. Their life is beautiful. Everyone's going to be healthy. They're going to move to Georgia, play softball,
have some hard knocks,
have some seizures. The seizure sex is what we're going for. Art, everybody else here knows about the lesbian seizure sex. I'm just going to have to tell you the shortest version possible. You'll have to watch an old episode. We came up with the theory one night. I was high. Tracy's a bad influence. Whereas the only purpose, so there's those like butt plugs that light up, right? But like lesbians don't really do the scissoring. So what we want to do is get flashing butt plugs so that if you have an epileptic and,
one or both,
and like a one or both
could
epileptic
have the seizure.
Lesbian, and you have the butt plug in, and then you scissor, and it's fun for everybody because
it's like a jackhammer.
You know, you don't have to like. How do you choose?
It goes ba 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 ba.
It's just not a thing. But we're making
like the opening
it a
to
thing.
Surfing
We're
Bird.
taking scissoring back here on Marital Hate because that we're big supporters of the gay and lesbian community. Trace says on it. And thank you very much, Tracy. I don't know how you get sucked into these things. Get it? Sucked into the dick page.
Becky walks by like, what are you doing? Like, that would be very funny. It starts some marital hate of your own.
Anne raises a valid point. Tracy, if the inspection were bad, I think you would have heard by now. It's all good. I'm sure that there's some little stupid thing, and they're trying to come up with some little stupid thing to make you sweat it out about. Like being like, oh, well, we need you to throw in the lawnmower because there's a mouse in the basement.
Well, there's
fucking nonsense.
Like Astroglide stains on the hardwood.
Art is laughing his ass off. Well, wait till we get back going on the Crisco disco and fisting again.
I can't even.
Really
you
laugh.
can't even.
So anyway, I can't find the Silly Dicks page, and it pretty much ruined my life.
Which is good.
And I have not been doing. I haven't been doing so hot over the last, basically since we got back from Massachusetts. Right?
Yes. I'm not laughing at you. Not doing well. But Tracy says that she will search after but all that's coming up is Dick's Last Resort.
No, it was It was sillydicks.com or .org. Maybe it's Silly Dicks. Silly dicks.
And Tracy said, true, and it is true.
Silly dicks can't be reached.
Silly dicks, not edu. Is probably what it is.
I'm really fucking upset about
Wow,
this.
this is terrible. So just so you guys know, we've had kind of a somber day around here. It is an anniversary of Stacy's diagnosis with late stage chronic Lyme.
My end stage neurological Lyme disease.
End stage meaning it should have been over by now, and that was 10 years ago. So we had back in 2013 we had a month. We really did. We had I lost my job.
So it was on a Friday. I got a phone. I was on the phone with my friend Rob the lawyer.
Hello,
highly
Rob.
recommended disability and workman's comp attorney Robert Noah in the Boston area.
We love him.
He's helped several of our friends.
If you've been injured in an accident,
yeah, talk to Rob. He's fucking awesome. He's a good egg. I need to reach out and see how he's doing.
you disabled? We got you.
Yeah, no, but
I'm doing radio spots.
It's
for him
rare
right now in my head.
for it's hard for people with Lyme disease to get disability, and Rob has gotten it for several.
Alleged Lyme.
So yeah, love him, and he also helped my brother-in-law, and like I can't even tell you, more friends of mine. And every time somebody talks to him, they're like, "Oh my god, I love Rob." So actually, I will.
I was just gonna, yeah.
Law. His emails are lnoahlaw@gmail.com, or you can call the office
or call us and we'll
it's robertnoahlaw.com 617-423
Noah, Noa, no H, not like the guy with the boat and the animals.
I will actually well, I was going to cut and paste onto your screen, but it doesn't really work that way. Anyway, his office number is 617-423-2228. Robert Noah, Noa law.
We have a question from a caller.
Yes.
What kind of attorney is he?
He does so he'll do like little stuff like here and there, like a will or whatever, but his primary focus is disability law and workman's comp. It's his primary focus.
I had him sue one of the Beatles for me just because like there were a lot of lawsuits. I figured I could just get in on the action.
That has not worked out that way though.
I haven't heard back from
Toasty.
Damn Ringo. I should have sued Paul.
So,
he's the one with the money.
So I was on the phone with Rob, and oh my god, I just whacked my hand.
Well, don't whack your hand.
I was on the phone with Rob, and my left arm went numb, and then my right arm went numb.
This was back in 2013.
2013. my legs went numb, so Rob's wife was there. I don't know if she was his wife yet or fiance at the time, but she was like, "Go to the hospital." She was worried I was having a heart attack. She's a at the time she was an RN, but I think she's like a doctor in nursing now, whatever. So I went into MGH,
Mass General Hospital,
and got checked out. And after several tests, they decided that, which was funny as fuck, because we're sitting there and there's a woman sitting across from us who's like covered in meth scabs.
Covered.
And Doug goes, and I'm like freaking out.
Can I say the line?
Yes, please.
That lady has a lot of mosquito bites.
If they weren't mosquito bites.
Like being like all naive, like, oh my goodness, she got stung by bees. Anyway, that was my my naive voice for the day.
Yeah, I have so many text messages coming in, and I don't know I don't know how to respond to them all.
Well, focus on the podcast. You have viewers, you have an audience, and you have a responsibility to them.
When your son messages me, I answer.
Is he on the roof gonna jump? Then
I don't know, but I just want to tell him that he doesn't look
tell
like
my son to wait. Tell his dad. Your dad said not to talk to you. Goodbye.
No, because you do not.
Anne says her godson got hurt on the job and forced him to sign a paper that he wouldn't file workman's comp.
Have him talk to Rob.
Have him talk to Rob.
Have him call Rob.
Hurt in an accident at work? Talk to Rob.
Talk to Rob. Half the time that shit's doesn't fucking have any, like they can't make you sign it.
That's right.
It doesn't hold up in court.
It won't hold up in court.
Will not hold up in
court.
Talk
to Rob. Tracy says mosquito bites. I don't think Rob can help with the mosquito bites.
Well, he can help you with mosquito bites if they gave you some sort of like incurable disease and you were like, so here's the thing. Do you know that if like, say you worked in an outdoor job, like you're a landscaper
and got hit by lightning or eaten by a gator.
Can I be fucking serious for a second? Yes. Being hit by lightning or eaten by a gator Or if you had perhaps caught a vector-borne illness,
Vector-borne.
like malaria or Lyme disease or Rocky Mountain spotted fever,
Syphilis.
that's actually a workman's comp claim, believe it or not.
Yeah, I guess it would
Because
be.
it's part of the daily job.
Ann says, I just spoke with an attorney's office today to see if they will take it with a contingency. I believe Rob does that and only just takes his
Yeah, he only
percentage
works
off of
on
the back end.
only works on contingency, and consults are free, and he has the best bedside manner ever. So anyway,
He's not a doctor, but he has
so
bedside manner.
we leave the hospital. The hospital does all
Okay,
this tests.
so
They're like, you have
Back to 2013.
They're like, you have a pinched nerve. And I'm like, okay. They're like, go for massages. Okay. So I just went for a shitload of massages.
Terrible.
Didn't fucking do shit. Was going to yoga daily. Didn't do shit. My friend Chris Longman, shout out to Pastor Chris and yoga teacher Chris. She's amazing. Highly recommend her. I don't know what church she preaches at, but she does the preaching in the Scituate area. And she's like an inclusive type preacher. Like I think that I don't know what kind of church it is, but they're like an inclusive church. Like you can be
bring your butt plug.
I don't think that they tell you to bring your butt plug, but if you like butt plugs,
I took it too far again. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Hang on. Did I just find it? Hang on.
Oh my God. We're never getting through this story.
Well, I have to log into Tumblr or something because it says it's silly dicks on Tumblr. It's mature content. I have to figure out how to get on there. But if y'all want to find the silly dicks Tumblr page, I highly encourage it. So I get all the massages. That doesn't work. I go to the chiropractor. The chiropractor I went to is Nico Alessandro, who is on Old Oak and Bucket Road in Scituate. It's called, I think, Scituate Chiropractic. I could be wrong. Obviously, my favorite chiropractor is now located in Florida. I would recommend him in the Scituate area. He's a great chiropractor. I prefer the tappy kind, which is what Christina does with the Pro Adjuster, but he's a good chiropractor. He said, you should go get checked out. And I asked him and the yoga studio for the name of a good naturopath or natural leaning doctor that would take my insurance. And they recommended Circle of Life Family Medicine.
Circle of Life.
Chris Pichet, love him. And he's so cute. He has like a little mole in his eye. It's adorable. And his wife is super nice. And their 8 billion kids are all
Never
adorable.
Met the wife. I can't vouch for the wife.
I thought you had an appointment with her one day.
I can't vouch for the wife.
Why do I think you had an appointment with her one day?
I never had an appointment. Never met the lady.
So anyway,
sure, she's lovely.
They have a family practice, and they're very open about the fact that their family's been affected by Lyme. And he was like, "Yeah, you have Lyme." Like the minute I walked in the door, and he's like, "Let me order. We're gonna order the labs, but you've got Lyme." And so I thought, like, when you get a Lyme diagnosis, that they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna have 2 weeks of antibiotics and you'll be fine."
Little did we know.
No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. And so he put me on, at the time we were getting ready to go on a trip to Disney. And he put me on minocycline and yellow paint, Mepron. It's not that, don't do the silly dicks Tumblr page. It was a picture of a dick with words coming out of it. That's odd. I'll have to get back to that because we're trying to cover the Lyme stuff tonight. But we will always refer back to Dick's silly and serious. Dick's silly and serious, as
Dicks
well
of the world.
as
.com.
We love all the dicks.
No, I don't love them.
Why are you filled with hate? So
Worms.
Oh, okay. That might have been on that page. So I have gone to Pichet. He's like, you probably have Lyme. He puts me in Mepron, which is this yellow paint, and minocycline. I take that and I feel like I'm going to die. And I'm like, I need the best, most aggressive treatment you possibly can have. I am a working mom. I have 4. And I don't know why people text me in the middle of the podcast. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Tell everybody.
Look at nobody. All my friends respect. Look.
Your friends aren't
no
even
text.
here.
No text.
Your
right
friends
there.
even heard, but I have 3 people that have texted me now. Mid podcast. Donna said, "Oops, she must have been. She must be watching." Hey, Donna. So I got my one person text. It's not a big deal. When 5 people text, it like becomes like and I don't ever want to be rude, but I'm being rude to you guys. So I'm so sorry. I'm like that lady in the store who like your customer standing there, and I'm just like, 1 minute. Hello.
Hold, please.
Yes, tell me about your life. Oh, really? And really? And really? And really? And fuck you, lady at the counter. Like, that's me.
Yeah, that's rude.
Sorry, I'm not trying
That's
to
rude.
be. I'm just
Can I go back because we were at the weekend that you got diagnosed. Friday.
So Friday, it was no. So that was fast forward before I went to see Chris. It was a Friday.
It was a Friday in October.
Noel.
In 2013.
Noel is it was probably Friday the 13th. 14th, 15th, 16th.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was also Friday the 13th. Apparently it follows a 10-year cycle. My daughter Noelle had hurt her foot at school, had to take her in to get x-rays.
She hurt her foot studying.
And they're like, no, she's playing tennis because she hopped over the net. So I take her for x-rays. They're like, no, there's nothing wrong with her. Her foot hurts, her foot hurts, her foot hurts. I'm like, okay, rest and ice it. So that day, one of Doug's friends had gotten the axe at work.
No, we were told that we were going to get the axe on Monday.
You weren't told you were getting the
axe?
axe.
I was. Yeah.
You didn't tell me until Monday.
I remember knowing before.
Heather got the axe on Friday.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah. She told me. She goes, I think they're planning on letting you go too. Yeah.
So
I remember.
So Monday comes along, and I'd gotten up at 5 to work. I'd gotten in the shower, and I was headed to go to yoga. But I was in the shower, and the phone rings. And it's a pediatrician, the 900-year-old pediatrician. He's like, yeah, they just looked at the X-ray again. Turns out her foot's fucking broken.
Done broke it.
So I'm like, okay. Then the phone rings, and it's Doug, and he's like, I got fired. And I'm like, okay, I'll come pick you up at the train station. And he's like, oh, I missed my train. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm in Braintree coming to pick you up, and I have to pick up Noelle from it's the pediatrician calls at some point. I'm like, I have to pick up Noelle from school. So I pick up Noelle from school. Then I pick up Doug from the train station. Noelle's in the front seat with her foot on the dash of the Jeep, which don't do that. Airbag goes off, you're broken.
It was already broken.
Doug is in the, that'll like knock your fucking hips out. Doug's in the back seat, and he looks like he's having a goddamn stroke.
Well, I look like that anyway.
You do look a little strokey, but you look real strokey. And so we take him to the hospital. They do all kinds of stuff, testing and whatnot. They keep him overnight. I stay with him. So I stay with him overnight, and they find nothing. And so in the morning, I'm like, this fucking sucks. You marry an old man, you expect him to die and leave you a bunch of money. He doesn't die, and he doesn't have any money. So we go out to the car, or we get home, and I'm not even kidding you. As we're getting out of the car, my phone rings. Hello, it's Pichet's office. And sure enough, I had lunch. Yeah. So that was like a weekend for us.
But the good news is I didn't have a stroke out baby, as Tom says. And so let's just look at the positive of this. Yeah, Lyme disease, whatever. I did not have a stroke. I'm
glad you didn't have a stroke, but I did get sick for quite some time. And so he told me that the medications would make me feel worse. So, there's 7 people watching. I don't know who's in the chat and who's like here in the Lyme community, but I'm going to talk about it like you're fucking 5. So what happens with any kind of bacteria that dies off, particularly Lyme bacteria, is you have what's called a Herxenheimer reaction. So basically there's a toxic state really caused by the die off of this pathogen. And it could be a multitude of pathogens, but any pathogen that dies off, it makes you feel like you're fucking dying. It's toxic. And so that's why detoxification is really important.
That's why there's so many sick people in hospitals.
That's true. That's why there's so many sick people in hospitals. But a lot of people have what they call, don't get me wrong, I enjoy your jokes, but I'm trying to talk about something serious. So if you could try to... I'm
trying to lighten the mood.
I haven't started crying yet. And of course there's people here that are, I posted specific to the Lyme community, so there's probably gonna be some Lymes here. So you have the Herxenheimer reaction, and it's really important because what happens is that die off, and it creates all this ammonia in your body that and of course many of us have other things going on, because usually when you have Lyme, like some people get exposed to Lyme 1 billion times and never get Lyme. And some people will be exposed once and be totally devastated for the rest of their fucking lives. And so the reason I believe, and I believe that there's evidence to support this, that some people get sick while others don't, is some people have had a lifetime of trauma that has impacted their immune system. Some people's detox pathways don't work. Some people eat an unhealthy diet. Like there's so many contributing factors. But I do know people like myself, like I was a type A personality, executive, like worked out, like at the top of my game, and just struck down. And Tim Ferriss is another one. And then I know people that like, you know, they were always struggling with some sort of health thing, and then Lyme was just like another thing on top of it. It just really depends on the person. But I will say that, you know, people all the time will say to me, oh, well, you know,
You don't look sick.
Well, there's that, but that's not what I was talking about. People will say all the time, oh, well, I have Lyme, but I don't have any symptoms. Fucking good for you, but take it seriously. And then there'll be people like, oh, I had Lyme and I was treated for it, but I still have symptoms. Then you need to deal with that. And then there's people, and this is the most common one that I deal with, is people are like, well, I was tested and I don't have Lyme. Let me just tell you something. If the fucking tests for any other disease were the way they are for fucking Lyme, it would be like complete bedlam. So the standard test for Lyme is the ELISA test, and it's 35% accurate. 35% of the time it picks it up. The Western blot is a little bit more intense, and it picks it up 50% of the time.
Imagine if pregnancy tests were only that effective.
AIDS tests, COVID tests, any test that didn't work like that. And I have some opinions about some tests, but that's not the point. The point is that you should drink your water. The point is bring it back an oldie, but a goodie with the drinking.
Topo Chico. From Mexico.
So IGeneX is the gold standard. There's several other manufacturers of Lyme tests, but none of them can be relied on. The thing that you do want to use, and if Tracy, if you're in a position to put this up on the screen, I'd appreciate it. The Horowitz Lyme questionnaire is the best way, I think, to get a diagnosis, because even the CDC agrees that Lyme is a clinical diagnosis. So take this questionnaire for yourselves. Actually, I can just
shove it up your. Oh, sorry.
Lyme. What?
All this horror movie stuff came up.
Well, it's fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
There it is.
Take your little test and let us know.
I'm going to put that. Oh, you won't be able to see it, but if you are on Facebook or Twitter, you should be able to see that comment on the various platforms and be able to click on it. So the questionnaire, and I'm just going to run through some of the, we're going to buzz through them as quick as we can. Unexplained fever, sweats, chills, or flushing, unexplained weight gain, fatigue, tiredness, unexplained hair loss, swollen glands, sore throat, testicular or pelvic pain, unexplained menstrual irregularity, unexplained breast milk production, irritable bowel and bladder dysfunction, sexual dysfunction or loss of libido, upset stomach, change in bowel function, constipation or diarrhea, chest pain, rib soreness, shortness of breath and cough, heart palpitations, pulse skips, heart block, history of heart murmur or valve prolapse, joints pain or swelling, stiffness in the neck, muscle pains or cramps, twitching in the face and muscles, headaches, neck cracks or neck stiffness, tingling, numbness or stabbing sensations, facial paralysis, Bell's palsy, eyes hearing double blurry, ears hearing buzzing, ringing, ear pain, increased motion sickness, vertigo, lightheadedness, poor balance, difficulty walking, tremors, confusion, difficulty thinking, difficulty concentrating or reading, forgetfulness, poor short-term memory, disorientation, getting lost, going to the wrong places, difficulty with speech or writing, mood swings, irritability, depression, disturbed sleep, too much, too little, early awakening, exaggerating symptoms or worse, hangover from alcohol, fatigue, forgetfulness, poor short-term memory, joint pain or swelling, tingling, numbness, burning, or stabbing sensations, disturbed sleep. Have you had a tick bite? They ask about your tick. If you've had a tick bite, do you live in a Lyme endemic area? Do you have a family member who has Lyme? Do you experience migratory pain? Are you experiencing muscle pain or joint pain? Do you experience tingling and burning numbness that migrates? Have you received a prior diagnosis of an autoimmune disorder such as lupus, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, or non-specific autoimmune disorder? Have you had a positive test? And then, of course, thinking about your overall health, how many of the last 30 days was your health not good? Thinking about your overall mental health, how many days in the last 30 days was your mental health not good? It is scored. Each item has its individual scores. It's rated from none to severe, and certain things have more points than others. It's a clinical diagnosis. If you have a mystery health issue, especially if you spend out time outdoors, especially if you live in New England, you have been exposed. The conservative estimates say that there's 400,000 new cases each year That's the CDC numbers that are widely regarded to be outdated. The estimates are believed to be 10 times higher than that.
Yeah, that number seems real low.
And here, well, if you have a test that's reliable 50%,
yeah, well, there you go. Yeah,
the
right.
test only picks up 50% of the time if you're lucky. And
so double it in
here's the fucking kicker. We have tests for 19 tick-borne illnesses, but there are over 100. So, you know, when I say that you've been exposed to a tick-borne illness, I don't just, like, I'll say Lyme, but I mean tick-borne illnesses in general. Tracy's sharing the IGeneX link, which is helpful, IGeneX.com. And again, like, I believe Lyme is a clinical diagnosis. The protocol that my doctor now puts everyone on is the Lyme Liquid LB Core protocol from Green Dragon Botanicals, which what's the best way to get that to you? I can text it to you. Which I highly recommend. I have recommended it to several friends. The other things I will tell you about having a Lyme diagnosis is that it's more than just one thing. It's not like you can go in and just take a pill and you're going to get better. I say that from personal experience. You can just cut and paste that over.
How do I get to the?
Well, there you go. Yeah. So then, yep. So when you have, why don't you just close it? So this is the Green Dragon Botanicals that I recommend. Hopefully that link worked. Yeah. So this is the Green Dragon Botanicals herbal protocol. That's the link for it. I recommend that people get the big bottle and do the whole thing and take it with monolaurin, vitamin D, and magnesium. Personally, and focus on detox. This is just based on my personal experience. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what my experience was. So first, I told them we need the most aggressive treatment possible. We did the pills. We did those for what, like 3-4 months. Then we did the shots, bicillin injections in my fat ass. That was fun. Feels like you got fucking hit in the ass with a softball. I would sit there and just cry, and Doug would massage it. It was terrible. Then they did
it's good work if you can get it.
So I had a PICC line right here in my arm, and that was for daily antibiotics for 6 months. At that point, I was doing IV Rocephin, which of course puts your gallbladder at risk, but I didn't have a gallbladder, so that was not a problem for me. However, at the time, like, the issues with my detox pathways were not being addressed. So we're talking about, like, I have been constipated my entire life. That was making it worse. It's important.
Okay.
I was constipated my entire life. That makes it worse. I have dysautonomia, which we didn't know at the time. I have, like, no sweat glands. I have no sweat glands. What's the other thing I can't do? Breathe. I have a POTS diagnosis on top of it. So I have so my doctor will tell you that every single one of his POTS and PANDAS kids has Lyme. So POTS is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is basically like, okay, so can I see your bottle of water? Oh, so this is really not going to work because this is empty, but let's pretend this is full and this is empty. So for Doug, normal person who doesn't have POTS, like, when he does activity throughout the day,
I have blood volume.
He has blood volume and the blood pumps through his body. And if he goes, like, lays down and gets back up, it's easy to recover. There's not as much movement. Whereas for me, there's all this
slosh.
It's like sloshing around, and my heart can't get that up to my chest, and my heart is working so hard all the time. That's why I get all fucking fainty. It's not fun. Don't recommend it. What are you laughing about?
Gary's calling about the ad for ass massage.
Yeah, well, you know,
get yourself a big booty Lyme girl, and then you'll be all set.
And Anne has a comment. She says, most likely I have Lyme, as I've had ticks on me as a kid, and many, many, many of those symptoms I've had and been treated for. Have you been treated for them, though? Because if you're still having them, and I know I happen to know a lot about your
symptoms have been treated, apparently, but not the underlying.
Well, that's what we do.
I'm no doctor, but I play one on this podcast.
But I want to say, I do want to say that ticks are not the only pathogen that can spread Lyme disease. There was this huge campaign, like, oh, deer ticks are so tiny, you have to watch for them, and blah blah blah. Yeah, great. Except any vector that takes a blood meal can transmit Lyme, Ehrlichia, mycoplasmosis, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, whatever the fuck tick-borne illness you want to talk about. So the reality is that you've been exposed. So, like with any other chronic illness, but particularly Lyme and cancer have a lot in common. You really can't have sugar in your diet with them, because it's like if you had, like, say you have seagulls and you're feeding them French fries, but you're like, go away, seagulls, go away. The seagulls aren't gonna fucking go anywhere.
Seagulls start eating
the
you.
French fries. So you're sitting there eating your McNuggets or your whatever you're eating with sugar in it, your candy bars or your soda, or even just like most food that you buy that's packaged in the store.
Salad
even
dressings.
Ketchup's got like 2 teaspoons of sugar per serving.
Ketchup's got a lot of sugar.
Have you been buying the non-sugar added one, please?
No, I've been buying the good organic, good no
sugar added.
Although the one we have now is a Trader Joe's, which I think has
sugar in it.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have artificial sugars either. Even worse for you than regular sugar. But the sugars are inflammatory. So I try really hard to, like, we're not like keto per se. Like, we're not trying to lose weight. I just want to be healthy. So we don't eat. Actually, Doug's finally joined me. Thank God. We eat a lot of vegetables. We don't eat much gluten. We do eat some dairy, but we try to get it as much organic as we can. And for the most part, we eat a lot of protein and vegetables.
Meat.
And meat.
Meat.
We love
like
meat.
Oscar Madsen, meat.
And then so I just wanted to give everybody as much information as possible. So it's important so after I did the PICC line for 6 months, we went back to orals for a little while. Then I had a Hickman line. Where?
Don't be showing your movies.
Where's the scarf in the
It's
Hickman?
over there. It's right there.
Right here.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right here. It hurts sometimes. So does that one. And I had 11 hours of IVs a day. IV doxycycline at this point, 4 bags of IV doxycycline, lactated ringers, magnesium. They wanted me on vitamin C too, but we couldn't get insurance to cover it. Craziness.
You did more IV than Lenny Bruce.
I did the selenium stuff through Dr. Gertler. I did colonics. I've done herbs. I've done supplements. I've done acupuncture. I've done chiropractic. I've done
energy healing,
detox,
sage burning,
biomat, sauna, Reiki, other drug. I finally said, fuck you to farmer. I started doing better. Herbs helped a lot. Diet, drinking healthy. Celtic salt has been a huge game changer for my POTS.
Celtic.
But, and cannabis oil, treating with cannabis oil, managing symptoms with cannabis oil. It's basically like I'm spinning plates all the fucking time. And I have to, like, the problem is if I spin my plates, right? I spin all my plates and I do if I get up in the morning and I meditate and we do breath work and I journal and I read and I sit in silence and I limit my stress.
Silence like a monk.
And then I drink my green juice and I eat my healthy protein breakfast and I get exposure to the sun and I do my yin yoga and I go for a swim. And I eat a healthy lunch and I don't get too hungry and I eat a healthy dinner and I get enough exercise. Then I feel okay. And then I start to feel okay. And then I try to do something and I fucking fall apart because I can't live a normal life. If I'm lucky, I get 2 good hours. And God forbid I try to do something fucking fun, then I pay for it, which was going to Massachusetts. So not only did I overdo it, and God forbid I should have some fun and see some of my friends. And we didn't really go there for a fun reason. It was fun to see you guys. But then of course I have no immune system and every fucking asshole on the planet doesn't give a shit if they're sick or not. And they get on a fucking plane. So God knows what I was exposed to on the plane. And I've been sick basically since we got home. What?
Out with Fauci, in with you. Oh, you sick assholes. I see you in front of Congress.
Donna says mosquito. Yes, a mosquito can give you a tick-borne illness. Any vector that takes the blood meal. And also, there is a believed to be a viral component to Lyme. No, there is
it's believed to be.
There's been studies demonstrating that there is a viral component to Lyme. So it's not maybe. There's been studies demonstrating that. And my friend Darlene would tell you absolutely there is. Happy Diagnosis Day to my friend Darlene. Please say a little prayer for Darlene and her family. 12 of her family members have had Lyme. 12. They're actually making a movie about her family and how this awful, awful disease has devastated them. And then, of course, there's my friend Ralph, who has since passed away.
R.I.P. Ralph.
Ralph, I'm going to cry. But we brought the tissue. Did we bring the
tissues right here?
I'm going to fucking cry.
Yeah.
Ralph was a man from Australia that I met through the Lyme community who was actually diagnosed with ALS, mistreated, given the wrong medication, and it was slowly killing him. I do run a group called RX for Laughter. It's mostly jokes. I haven't been posting as much in it. I need to. Sorry, Ralph. And his wife had reached out to me. His wife is just a beautiful, beautiful person, and thanked me because it was helping him so much. He and I would have late night talks because, again, Australia, he would show me around his farm, and he was doing much better. And Karen gave me credit for that. And I don't really think I deserve credit for that, but I'm glad it helped. I'm glad that we got to have our chats. I'm glad that she got another good year with her husband.
Imagine my chagrin waking up in the middle of the night and some Australian guy showing my wife his didgeridoo.
I enjoy a didgeridoo. So Ralph has passed on, and it's something I think about all the time, even though I never met him.
Do you still talk to his wife sometimes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because she's changed her Facebook name a few times, and because of that, it's hard for me to. Y'all change your Facebook names. I have no idea who you are anymore.
That's why I don't like Instagram.
Even
everybody's
Nora.
like Johnny Rah Rah.
Nora goes by Nora Kitty Cat.
Your name is.
So we call her Kitty Cat.
Well, like that
even
one
though we know
knew,
her,
but,
we know her, but like we still call her Kitty Cat.
But I don't know who Johnny Rah Rah is. As a matter of fact, on Instagram, somebody's I had a very embarrassing thing. I'm like, I thought someone was somebody else, and
they were not.
Well, it wasn't embarrassing. It was just like it was somebody I work with. I'm like, oh, you post a lot about this. No, I don't.
It was the wrong person.
It was the wrong person.
Well,
it was harmless, but
could have been a lot worse. You could have been like, I saw you on Grindr. So it does run in families, and the studies out of Germany show that it is sexually transmitted as well. I've been trying to give it to Doug for 11 years now.
11 sweet years.
11 years, 2 months,
and 47 minutes.
However many days.
I will say this, not for lack of trying. What about Dracula? He has a blood meal. Could he potentially spread Lyme disease?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so be careful.
Because it's also not only is it there's a viral component, so he could give it to you that way.
Right.
Any vector that takes a blood meal, so he could have Lyme and give it to you through the blood meal.
Right.
And it's sexually transmitted. And I think that Dracula might want to fuck you.
If
you're doing it right,
he's gonna drain you of your blood and then have his way with the.
Is there a Dracula porn? Because I feel like I would want to watch.
There should be a Dracula porn.
Trace says, "Rest in peace, Ralph from Australia." I think he is resting in peace.
Well, you had.
He would love the podcast and be completely horrified all at the same time.
Go set my alarm clock because I'm down under. Did he talk like that? I think he probably talked.
Yeah, a little bit. So our new friend Art, who's here tonight or was here tonight, I met him through one of the RV groups.
Oh my God, is Art gonna die too?
No, don't even joke about that.
No, I'm kidding.
So
I'm kidding.
Art, I looked. My friend, he said, "Oh, friend, we'll talk."
Him, yeah.
We're gonna get together with them, and they're coming up to Sarasota soon. So it's only an hour. You've never been to Sarasota, so good times. So God willing, I can get a couple of good days together. But I had to check his Facebook page to see, like, oh God, are they going to be completely horrified by the podcast? And so I did check his page, and no, they're like cool as shit, like down to earth, real people that like don't take themselves too seriously, and they have a good time.
Well, I will,
as is apparent by their Instagram page.
And you found this guy through an RV thing, right?
The Leisure Travel Vans, Leisure Travel Vans enthusiast group. As you guys know, we're low key obsessed with Dean. We love Dean.
Oh my God, Dean is
actually.
The best.
People are always thinking they were swingers or like whatever.
You'd want to swing with Dean.
I don't particularly want to swing, but I could be down with like a little Dean action.
With Dean, yeah, Dean is. All right, let's explain to the people that don't know. Dean is the spokesman for Leisure Travel RVs, and he's from Canada, Whistler, Manitoba, Canada. We've watched thousands of his videos. He is just like so hysterical.
He's hilarious. He says things like, and like Pat Benatar said, let's get down to it. And he's like, and if you want to watch Top Gun, and if you're eating your Jenny Craig's, and he always has the socks on, and then he tests the fan with the napkin. He like, oh, look.
I wish I could like speak nonstop like Dean in like these concise things. Like he flips up the mattress. Oh, and then you store this, and then it stores.
We'll do a Dean watch party.
It's unbelievable.
We'll do a Dean watch party one day. One day we'll get him on the podcast. I'm gonna get fucking Muck Sticky. I'm gonna get fucking Jason Mewes. I'm gonna get fucking Kevin Smith. I'm gonna get Art and Michelle and all of you guys and Dean.
So all right. So here's the thing: when you see,
and Art says everyone loves
as a musician and an artist and all that stuff. like I admire people that do things at the top of their game, like Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, you know, like these people, right?
Mhm.
Dean is at the top of his, like nobody can
is
do
definitely
anything
on the top of his
better
game.
than Dean.
Trey says, and I'm certain there is Dracula porn.
Dracula
Girl,
porn.
let's have a watch party. I feel like there would be like lesbian Dracula porn. I'm trying to not get off topic today.
Know that there's any female Draculas ever. Maybe
yes, there is. Vampira.
That's the niche that we can exploit. Lesbian vampire Dracula. Don't know if there's ever been a anyway. So anyways, Dean is fantastic, and that so we and Stacy really, because she reaches out. I'm the introvert of this, if you've ever, and I'm the one that's been on stage since I was 14. So anyways, so I'm the introvert, but Stacy will find folks, and you know, through the leisure travel or through the Cape Coral page or whatever. And so it's unbelievable how people have come into our orbit, and a lot have, and where I'm going with this is that a lot of people came into our orbit through Lyme disease. You know, Donna, or, you know, like there's just countless number of people. And so out of something really bad, some real good things have happened. Arlene is fantastic. Michelle Cloutier Miller is another. And just you know, some of the folks that, and we've been able to help Rob with, you know, kind of him you know, attracting some of the clients from that group and helping those people in the group. So it's the, you know, as they say, it's a blessing in disguise, but it's really
all the amazing people that we've met.
Yeah, and I was saying that you're extending that you know, we started out with Lyme, and now we're leisure travel man. We don't have a leisure travel. We don't even
so bad.
Like $8 to put towards our leisure travel.
Okay, and I do want to
fund.
talk about this. So like part of it, and I'm trying to loop back onto Lyme as much as possible because I really wanted to cover that today, because I try not to talk about it that much. Like, and we have had to cancel a lot of episodes lately because I've been sick, and I really think it's important
I blame you.
people to know. But over the weekend, like I really was not doing well. And I wasn't doing well today either. I was really like, I get really angry about, well, first and foremost, I get angry about euthanasia. My thing about euthanasia is that, like, you can get euthanasia in the United States if you have a terminal illness. Well, if you have a terminal illness, you're going to fucking die anyway. And, you know, not like, here I am jealous of people with terminal illnesses. That's how you know you have Lyme. When you are jealous of people, that's the Lyme test right there. If you are jealous of people with terminal illnesses, you might have Lyme. There you go. So the thing is that, like, you're not going to get, you can't even barely get a Lyme diagnosis. How the fuck are they going to give you a terminal diagnosis? So they won't put us out of our misery, but they would if we were a dog. And so then, of course, you have the added fucking pressure of my husband actually liking me. I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm the worst. So I'm like, all right, cool. Look, I went on the internet and I looked it up, found this wonderful helium tank. It came recommended by this woman on Amazon. I'm not even kidding you. I don't even want to know. But anyway, I found an Amazon review for the appropriate accoutrement, was ready to go. Told Doug, listen, I want to take a bunch of money. I want to go to Disney World, and I want to come home, and I want to kill myself. He cried like a fucking
little
girl.
Did she know I was going to offer during a ride, like of Mice and Men. Look at the rabbits, do a boom right in the back of the head. Right,
I will put a Disney
Space
trip
Mountain,
on my fucking.
boom.
I will put a Disney trip on my fucking credit card right now if you will kill me. I will buy you.
What am I going to boom you with? My CO2.
But maybe like you could get like one of those. Close range. It might do it.
It's not going to do anything.
I don't know. Maybe take me on the Yeti ride.
It won't even penetrate your dreadlock.
I really want to go on the Tron ride. If we get my hair stuck in one of the motorcycles, it'll rip my scalp off and I'll bleed to death.
That'll
be fun.
Beheading world.
In any case, I would like to not be suffering. I feel like it's inhumane the way that we let people suffer. And Lyme is one of the many, many lovely suicide diseases that are out there. Like, they're known as suicide diseases because you don't, like, some people are able to get better, and fucking good for them, and also fuck them. But some people are able to get better, and but most people just suffer. And I was an executive. I was hot.
What do you mean was?
Okay, but I was like hot by like all standards. Like, guys like will say nice things to me, and I appreciate it. But like, I was hot as shit back then. Do I need to pull a picture of what I used to look like up?
I'm not going to comment on what you used to look like versus what you look like now.
Okay, but would you not say that back then I was turning heads?
You were, yeah.
I had a fucking highfalutin job. I was the director of business development, ran U.S. operations for a tech company at the height of my career. Single mom with 4 kids. I was taking care of Doug, and this disease destroyed.
She didn't take care of shit. No, I'm kidding.
This disease. Trey says she still says hotter now. Thank you. I don't feel hot. I want to crawl in a hole and fucking die. But I appreciate the thought.
Oh, that's a way to cheer up them.
I'm not trying, but I'm trying to be honest with people.
No, I get it.
I mean, like today is my Lyme anniversary, and I'm being honest with people. I don't talk about it most of the time. I am talking about it today, both as a cautionary tale for educational purposes for people, for support for people who have Lyme, who know what I'm fucking dealing with, and for people who are like might be exposed to Lyme and know to take it very seriously, or maybe they know somebody in their lives that they think is crazy because they look healthy and they're not, and that's the bitch of it. Go ahead.
I'll read this because it's about you. Stacy saved my husband's life.
Do you do with the accent?
Well, I can read it like John. I can't really do Donna.
Okay, no, just read it.
Stacy saved my husband's life. No one believed he was sick, still 9 months in bed. And they were acting like he's dramatic. I lost it on the doctors saying, you're all stupid. Lyme was like AIDS. They knew nothing. Yet they acted like they do. When they go to VA, I have to be accompanied by a cop now because the doctor was a pussy. These are the comments of our viewers. We
agree.
Okay. A liar loser. And he looked like the old guy on the Back to the Future with his hair looking like he stuck his finger or maybe his dick in a light socket. He didn't like that comment. Oh, holy moly.
And David says, that's it. Play it safe. So yeah, I mean, listen, Donna's husband, John, is a fucking delight. You guys would all love him. He
talks like this.
He's so sweet. I don't want to see him or anyone suffer. So yeah, I'm going to share what I know and hopefully it'll help some people.
Right.
What happens, I want to talk about the emotional part of it. So you think you're going crazy because you go to the doctor. So the average person sees 20 doctors before they get a diagnosis. 20. Jeez, and so you're going to doctor after doctor after doctor getting test. And everybody's looking at you like you're fucking crazy. And here's my favorite that I've heard more than once is they'll say to you, there's nothing, we can't find anything wrong with you. You should be happy. Yeah, no, I'm sick every day and you can't figure out what's wrong with me. I'm fucking happy about that. Are you fucking stupid? But okay, I'm not done. Do you have something to say about that?
I just want to chime in. That's what they should say to people that want to go on depression drugs. They would never say that to somebody.
No, they wouldn't. But you know what? Because they're making money off of them. And it's all about the fucking money.
I guess.
Side note, before I went to Pichet and got diagnosed, I totally forgot about this part of the story. Probably intentionally blocked it out. The day I drove to the hospital, when Marcy told me to go to MGH, I called my neurologist. So I had previously gone to the Leahy Clinic. My neurologist there I had gotten the PA. And I forget her name. I want to say it was Vanessa. She was amazing. And she got married, moved up to Maine. So sweet. So she was amazing with me the whole time. But when I first got diagnosed, I had the worst case I have narcolepsy. I had the worst case of narcolepsy they had ever seen. By the way, my Lyme doctor will tell you it's from the Lyme because Lyme is known as a great imitator. It can imitate hundreds, like over 500 diseases. iLabs.org is another great resource where you can look at and see what it looks like. For example, if you know somebody, particularly a young person that has sudden onset psychiatric symptoms, pretty good possibility that it could be Lyme. I called her office and she said, okay, well, go get checked out and call the office. Let me know. We'll get you checked out. So because they told me I had a pinched nerve, I wasn't worried about it. And by the time I called the office back, she had gotten married and moved to Maine or Vermont or New Hampshire, somewhere cold, colder,
northerly.
And so I go into the office and I get fucking Dr. Dr. Paul Gross. Wait till you hear this one. So I describe my symptoms. I'm exhausted all the time. I cannot get out of bed. And I was on Provigil, which is a narcolepsy medication, which is basically cocaine. I'm taking 300 milligrams of Provigil and Ritalin, and I can't wake up. This is, by the way, before I swore off pharma. Although Provigil is the shit. It's like cocaine. I love it. So not that I've ever done cocaine, but it's what I think cocaine would be like.
It sounds like you're on cocaine right now. You're
I'm not.
talking
I'm just
very
hyper.
fast.
I'm just hyper. I didn't say anything all weekend. I just sat there and was
Oh, that's
sad
right.
and tried
You
not
did.
to cry. So he said to me, so he did a battery of like, you know,
Battery.
touch your nose, blah, blah, blah. And he
Battery.
goes, you're a pretty girl. You're just looking for attention.
Who says that to somebody?
Can I just say,
They don't even say
the
that to the
biggest-
people on
the
TV
bane
and a
of your
reality show.
existence when you're a young woman, like it's nice to get free fucking dinners and shit, but the bane of your existence is being an attractive woman because no one ever takes you fucking seriously. Everybody's trying to fuck you. The last thing I needed was more attention from that fucking creeper, fucking tirade. I'm not done yet, but anyway. I'm going to come back to it probably 5 or 6 more fucking times. So the problem is when you have a disease that you can't see, like if I had no arms, people would be very nice to me. They'd open doors for me. If I had like an oxygen tank or whatever, people treat you differently. And it's actually funny because when we went to Disney, God, when was it?
When you got
8 years ago when we went and I had the scooter.
Yeah, you had the
people
scooter,
were
yeah.
so mean to me. And then we went to Disney Springs one day, like, I don't know what, 9 months ago.
Yeah, well, no, a year ago, I think.
A year ago when we were house shopping, we went to Disney Springs and got brunch. And Doug's pushing me in the wheelchair and people are so nice to you because they need to see something. They need to see something's wrong with you. And if you have a scooter, you're just a fat ass. And I do have a fat ass, but some people like that. But if you're in the wheelchair, somehow like there's something wrong with you. And like, I just like you don't know what someone else is dealing with, but be it physical, emotional, whatever, you just don't know what they're dealing with. And so we had people say that they hope I died, that I was crazy. I had more people kick me while I was down than I could begin to tell you. Of course, I expected it from these people because they're fucking shit people. And you know who you fucking are. And I know you're probably watching like late at night. And then I had all these people like, they're skulking on Stacey's page. Let's see what she's up to. Which is why my personal Facebook page says, welcome to my timeline, stalker. Because there's people out there that will just watch you to watch your life fall apart. And they're going to be like, what else can I do to make this situation worse? Oh, and then all the people that you've been there for their entire lives or every part of your life that you've possibly been able to be there for, and they will turn their backs on you like you're shit. They don't give a flying fuck about you. And to Donna's point, having Lyme is like having AIDS in the 80s. Nobody fucking understands it. They don't know what to do. But let's just pull up a little statistic for a minute here, shall we?
Can I just say something that I think my happy place is a Stacey tirade because
most people enjoy them, which is why I highlighted it tonight.
Darlene says popped in for a bit because I've been thinking of all day. We've been thinking about you too, Darlene.
We actually told everybody to say a little prayer for you today.
We did. And Tracy says sorry, but if I was an attractive person, I didn't need the attention. Well, it's the wrong attention.
You are an attractive person. You don't need the and if you want attention, I'll give you all the attention you want because you're gorgeous. So the from NIH, this is not the graph I'm looking for, but there was a graph at one point. Oh, here we go. So this basically lists all of the drugs, but we'll pull up the most recent. So let's say you want research on aging. Are these by thousands or by millions?
Even though I look like a man half my age, we'll look up aging.
3,600. So $6,300 spent on aging. This has got to be like in thousands or millions or something. So cancer, 850 estimated to be spent. It's got to be millions, thousands. I don't know. 850 for breast cancer. I don't begrudge the breast cancer. 220 for ALS. 639 alcoholism. Where's AIDS, ALS, AIDS not acquired. I don't even see AIDS on here. AIDS had some ridiculous amount of money assigned to it. And then let's scroll all the way down to Lyme. That gets like $2 a year in funding.
52.
Is it on there? Lyme disease. Yeah. 52. 400,000 New cases by the CDC every year. We get 52. I don't know if it's dollars or thousands of dollars. 400,000 people of all ages, every color, every size, every shape. $52 or whatever the fuck it is. I can't. I'm gonna fucking lose it.
I'm looking at other ones that are like less. Give me something that's like less.
There's nothing that's less.
How much was it? 40. What was it? What was the line? 40,
it's like $53.
53.
Oh, they okay. So they put $10 to homicide and legal interventions, but it's got to be like 10,000, 10 million, 10 billion, whatever the fuck amount it is. It's not the point. The point is that the disease doesn't get the fucking treatment it deserves. People cannot get help. They can't get help from their doctors. The insurance companies deny payment. By the way, I met with senators and I was on the news twice about this.
Yeah.
Just once about the Lyme legislation.
Once on the news, yeah.
So in Massachusetts at the time, there was legislation pending that would require insurance companies to pay for ongoing antibiotic treatment for Lyme disease, which is a protocol that Horowitz and Phillips follow. I do not recommend this protocol. You can ask people who have dealt with it themselves. I believe it destroys your gut health, and I believe that you have to go at it from a holistic place. There are antibiotics out there that are not going to destroy your gut flora. And I believe that aggressive antibiotics do destroy your gut and make it impossible for your body to heal because your immune system is in your gut bacteria. So, but insurance companies should have to pay for whatever fucking treatment it is that you think might fucking make you feel better. For fuck's sake, if I went to the hospital and they're like, go for massages, that will solve your problem, then the insurance should pay for fucking massages. If my doctor is like, hey, Stacy, IV vitamin C would probably help you. Myers cocktail would help you. Hyperbaric would help you. Then the insurance company should have to fucking pay. We're paying what? Right now, we pay $700 a month in a premium just for you. $735, I think it is. Just for you.
That we don't have.
The deductible is $5,000. We're never fucking using it. Never. And thanks, like Stephanie and Steve, for the insurance, but we're just basically throwing money out the fucking window. We got to discuss that at a later point.
So we have two cogent points. They have a cure for AIDS now. Why not Lyme? They're stupid. No one believes it anyways.
Diane says it's despicable. I would like to chime. I'm not even done with my tirade yet. So
we could be here a while, folks.
You said you like us.
Get comfy. Get comfy.
It is 9:14.
Get comfy, people.
9 o'clock. So this is going to be a long episode, but hopefully I will have it out of my system at least for a little while. So, okay. So there are things that you can do for treatment and to support your immune system. And that is what I believe the appropriate treatment protocol is for people.
Listen to your body.
I would tell you to get
Look at your inner voice.
All of the chemicals out of your house. That's where I started with Donna and John. If it's got fragrance in it, if it's got chemicals in it, you want to keep things as simple as humanly possible. And it sounds like, oh, Stacey, you're going to tell me to buy a bunch of 7th generation doTERRA hippy dippy bullshit. You can, but you can also make your own. And I have actually found that we save a lot of money on cleaning and beauty products because we primarily use vinegar. We use baking soda, vinegar, we use essential oils. I personally have a doTERRA wholesale membership, so I get my essential oils at cost. And we have saved money by doing that because I've been able to replace beauty, cleaning, and over-the-counter medications. I thought that essential oils were hippie bullshit until I started using them myself, and then it turned out they're actually very helpful. And when you get the chemicals out of your home, and I can't tell you how many people I've talked to, they're like, I don't have any chemicals in my home. And I'm like, let me read the label on your soap. Because even your fucking free and clear soap is loaded with chemicals that are like 9 kinds of fucking inflammation items.
How they get you.
Like, actually, I'm going to pull one up right now. So you got to get the chemicals out of your house. You've got to hydrate. You got to get the sugar out of your diet. You can't have chemicals in your body. You can't have, you can't be eating processed crap. There's so many other things to say.
Donna says John got better as soon as he got rid of all the fragrance shit almost instantly.
Another thing that I'm constantly recommending to everyone is, drumroll please, Monolaurin. It's great for anybody who has Lyme. If you feel like you're having something coming on in lieu of a jabby jab, it's a fantastic medication. It's a natural antibiotic, antiviral, and antifungal made from coconuts. It has the same active ingredient as breast milk, lauric acid. And I can tell you that out of the group here, at least 2 people have used Monolaurin and been like, oh my God, Stacey, you were so right. So, and I think Donna still cannot find her bottle of Monolaurin. So I just wanted to pull something up real quick. How do
you operate a computer? Well, that's
no.
That's a
But
whole class.
so what are some of the other things that we've done?
JC loves Monolaurin. See? Telling you.
Yeah,
I will
magic.
I will say this. Even I introduced the girls in the marketing department in my last job, and that's kind of a tough crowd. But now we got 2 or 3 of them hooked on the stuff. So it's not even a hooked on the stuff. It just works. It just
works. I like the Ultralaurin or the Loratadine. It's a higher dose. They come in tiny pellets. They're not like homeopathy where you put them in your mouth and they dissolve because it tastes like fucking soap. Ask me how I know.
Good.
But they also sell it in tablets, but the tablets are a lot more expensive and it's a lower dose. So you're going to end up taking like 3 times as much. So buy the pellets.
Most of Darlene's family uses it. So, which is
there
great.
You go.
And it was explained to me, the science behind it, it thickens your cell wall. So if you have something nasty, a virus or something, it can't get out if the cell wall is thickened. And also if it's already out, and then your cell wall thickens, it can't get in and duplicate and replicate and all this stuff. So it's there's science behind it. It's not all hippy dippy. It's not like an Eye of Newt or anything like that.
Well, if fucking Eye of Newt works, Eye of Newt fucking works. Like what if you look at the history of the removal of traditional medicine, like homeopathy and natural care, it was all basically the Rockefellers came along and they were like, hey, we're going to make a bunch of stuff in a lab. We're going to create these pharmacies and we're going to create doctors. And then insurance companies got created and everybody got fucking gouged and everybody continued to be fucking sick because it's all about the fucking money.
I will say something else too that somebody had once said to me. He's like, hey, you ever notice the tallest buildings in any city have an insurance company name on the top of them? Anyway, Anne can vouch for Monolaurin, and Tracy says, I use Ultralaurin. Just don't let it melt in your mouth. Yucky.
Yeah, it tastes like fucking soap.
It's not good. Yeah.
I told you. What's that?
I was going to say, you can put it in a Pez dispenser and hand it to the kids in your neighborhood you don't like.
We like the kids in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to give you a...
let's get... It's grade time, people.
This is
School's
just like
in, sucker.
So this is just like a... Tide Free and Gentle liquid detergent.
Oh, it's free. It's gentle.
So Tide Free and Gentle liquid detergent. You think that would be a nice, healthy product? Mind you, I'm looking this up on EWG. All of these sites of safe chemicals are somewhat biased. Mamavation is actually pretty good. It's mamavation.com. MAMAVATION.com or org. I forget. But she does some pretty good research on different products. But so Tide Free and Gentle liquid detergent, which again, you go to the store. Oh, it's the clear bottle. Must be safe. It gets a D.
It's a D.
Their top ingredient is sodium borate. It's high concern for developmental, endocrine, and reproductive effects. Some concern over skin irritation, allergies, damage, and respiratory effects. Then there's arzidine, Hall polymer, exo, whatever. Cancer, developmental, endocrine, reproductive effects, damage to DNA, general systematic organ effects, respiratory effects, nervous system effects, skin irritation, allergies, damage to vision, cancer, digestive system effects, respiratory effects, skin irritation, etc.
This is all stuff that Aaron Brockovich pulled out of that lake.
Probably. Alcohol, ethyl, whatever, C1016, endocrine, developmental. We're wondering why so many people are having kids with special needs and why so many people can't get fucking pregnant.
1 in 36 children have autism, which is up from 1 in 44.
Well, and some people would argue that has something to do with the I'm not going to talk about that on YouTube because they'll get me banned. Definitely talk to your local health fucking
this rate was headed lower and lower and lower. I know probably when I went to an autism event, probably 12, 13, 14 years ago, it was 1 in 144, and because it was on the shirts.
Well, it was 20 years old.
It went from this event, I think it was in the mid 2000s, right, in the 2000 and zeros, and that was 144, and now look at it now, 144, 1
Well,
in
and we're
36.
normalizing. We're
That's
just acting
crazy.
like a bunch of kids
Well,
are just going to have autism.
It's happened for some reason. Why did we almost lose the California condor and the bald eagle, and like when I was growing up, you never saw hawks or eagles or anything, and now you see them again. You know why? Because we got rid of DDT.
You
What
really
did DDT do?
killed
It
everything.
thinned the eggshell so that the embryos couldn't survive. So there's a cause and effect to everything.
Tracy says, I swear it's population control. I do not disagree with you. So I just want to finish what I was saying about EWG. So I don't want to read you every fucking ingredient on there, but there is one ingredient with the F, one ingredient with a D, 3 ingredients with C's, some with B's, some with A's, some with no grades at all. And one of them, they're giving water an A. You don't know what's in your fucking water? What water did they use? What water did they use? We distill our fucking water when we take trace minerals. Donna says there's an abundance of special needs kids in Rockland. I say the water, who knows? Who knows? But I'm saying that the chemicals in our environment have an impact on our immune systems. And that has been documented time and time again, EWG being a good resource. Even if there's a product on EWG that you recommend that comes across with like an A or a B, you should read the individual ingredients for yourself. If there's shit that you can't pronounce, maybe it's not a good idea to buy it. Vinegar, I can pronounce that. Baking soda, I can pronounce that. Mix it up. I can pronounce that.
I would say probably one of the bigger issues that I think everybody should, and it's sort of a trend now is getting aluminum out of your deodorant, because it's
another big one.
Terrible. Aluminum foil actually is
we don't use aluminum foil. So like our life is, so cleaning 90% of the time it's vinegar,
yeah.
Baking soda sometimes lemon, sometimes salt. We also use South Suds, which is it's basically Castile soap. Dr. Bronner's is the company that makes it. Bronner's is a safe product. We use Hippy Dippy toothpaste. We use Hippy Dippy. Like I use the doTERRA laundry detergent because I can basically get it for free. We use essential oils again because I basically I spend like $50 a month, and it like, instead of my cleaning product money, like that's what I spend it on. We don't buy any over the counter meds, and we don't buy, like we do the sinus balm with essential oils instead of buying a Sudafed. We do green juice. We do smoothies. Daily Harvest is if you need grab and go healthy food, Daily Harvest is a great option. Let me know if you want a coupon code. I have a bunch of them for free stuff. Daily Harvest is a good option. They do the pizzas, the bowls, the smoothies mostly. We drink a shitload of water. I do a lot of lemon water with cayenne pepper. Doug does just cayenne pepper in capsules. And we just have to, I can't be around fragrance. Like I have Donna's coming to visit, and she has lovely perfume. I'm like, please do not bring your perfume or anything that smells.
Or you're sleeping on the lawn.
Can I buy you some hippie ass deodorant that won't fuck you up? By the way, we've used Schmidt's. That irritated my armpits after a little while. We're using Native now, and it seems to help. But for the most part, rub a lemon in your armpits or magnesium oil spray.
Oh,
don't say don't do that. It works great.
It's cold.
Okay, well, if you don't want to do it for yourself, but don't discourage people from doing it. It works. Does it or does it not work?
I don't know if it works because.
Have you not noticed me go from smelly to not smelly by putting a lemon in my armpits or on my twat? I don't actually put it on my twat. It's on the groin area because it gets sweaty. I have no sweat glands, so like when I sweat, it's like a lot in the one areas, and sometimes my armpits will get smelly. And I just kidding, I don't, and I definitely don't do that with my crotch. But the groin area would get sweaty. And so I would take a little lemon and just rub it, and it would make it go away. And magnesium oil is great because magnesium has a difficult time being absorbed through the gut. So a magnesium topical, Epsom salt baths, which I do constantly, or magnesium oil spray, like on the bottom of your feet or on your armpits, is a great option for getting magnesium in your system. It'll help you sleep. It'll help you de-stress. It'll help you regulate your blood pressure. There's a lot of great things that you can do with it. The only thing I would say is if you are very magnesium deficient, like me and this knucklehead, and you put that on your skin, you may feel a burning and itching sensation because your skin is sucking it up like a fucking sponge. It just means that you're super deficient. Trace says, I cleaned houses professionally when I was in college, and we did an entire house with vinegar. That's what you should do. Trace says, what magnesium spray do you use? I just use the I think it's Ancient Minerals. Spray from Amazon. Let me just double check that.
Here's my husband, some hotshot. Here's his ancient Chinese secret.
Ancient Minerals.
That's a Calgon commercial. Check it out on YouTube.
Oil spray.
Very
Yes,
racist.
I use the Ancient Minerals magnesium oil spray. It is 4 ounces, is $12.97. We have had that bottle for what, 6 months? Not even a quarter
It's
down.
been around.
Not even a quarter of it is missing. I'm gonna send this to Douglas.
Douglas. Do 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 do.
So I don't know if Doug can pull that up on screen. So colonics helped me a ton. I have an infrared sauna. I have a biomat. Biomat is unbelievable for pain. If you are in New England and you suffer from pain that is impacted by the weather, buy one now. Like, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Buy one now. They're expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're like $800, $720 something. I don't know. If you reach out to Vitamin C Chiropractic, I believe that she can. I don't know if she can get you a discount on it, but you can pay for your biomat with your HSA card, which is, so if you have a flexible spending account or a healthcare spending account, which is pre-tax income that you use to pay for medical expenses, you can use it to pay for a biomat, and it will be the best pain relief you've ever had. You sit on the biomat all the time.
Yeah, it's very good.
And it'll also cause you to detox. So if you're somebody who's immobile and unable to exercise, doing the biomat will help because it's almost like exercising. The same is true with sauna. You want an infrared sauna. The other thing people are doing, and I've done it somewhat, but in Florida it's hard to do, is contrast therapy. That means sauna, ice cold, or hot shower, ice cold, which is similar to the Wim Hof breath work that we've been doing. Highly recommended. Highly recommend doing breath work. Let's see what else. I guess the moral of the story is, when it comes to fucking Lyme,
don't get it.
Well, okay, but you've probably been exposed. And if you're having health issues, you really can't count on doctors to help you. You got to help yourself, and you got to reach out to people in the community. They're going to be your best resource. If I can help in any way, reach out to me. And I'm happy to walk you through it. Some days I'm better at helping people than others, because I have days where I had a day last spring where I talked about this already. I sat down, I wrote my obituary. Fully prepared to die, totally cool with it. I'm totally cool with it now. I'm like, the world, like the upside of the entire world going to war is maybe I'll die. That's the upside.
So if I ever, I'll hear her running a bath or something, I go in and make sure that the toaster's still in the kitchen.
He's not kidding.
We joke, we kid. We kind of have to.
Well, we joke about everything because it's our only coping mechanism, but it's what we've had to do. But there have been a lot of people, and so if you're watching this and you have Lyme, you probably had some people be pretty cruel to you, dismiss you. You probably feel incredibly isolated. That's why part of the reason we started the podcast. We want people to have a place to go where they can feel like, people are listening or they're part of something, and, we all interact with one another. And of course it helps us. I think people in this world are so isolated and so lonely, but if you have a chronic illness, it's even worse, especially when the people you love turn their fucking backs on you. And it's amazing. You find out like, oh, these people were just using me. Mm-hmm. So the minute I'm not there to fucking dote on you and do shit for you 24 hours a day, and I'm not perfect, but I have fucking given everything I had to the people in my life. You know how many of those people fucking turn their backs on me? And you know how many of them are like, and people I love, by the way. Well, have you just tried doing yoga? Yeah. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Oh, I have this MLM and we sell this product. You should do this. It'll cure you. Like, okay, let's just talk about the 8 million fucking things I have thrown money at to try to fix this disease. Money that we didn't have. There's a million things I would still love to do. We don't have the money. And even if we did, I don't know if it's going to work. And then it's like, okay, like my friend Darlene, her and her family are starting a charity for, to help people pay for Lyme treatment. But there's a million people out there with little kids at home, or that are little kids or teenagers, and they can't afford fucking treatment. I'm going to take that money away from them. There's so little money to go around. Why me? I don't want to be sick. I don't think it's fair to suffer for anyone to suffer like this. but I would never take from somebody else. And the reality is, every single sick person deserves help and love and support. And the thing that happens to people in the Lyme community that is so infuriating is that they have to explain over and over and over to every fucking idiot medical professional and every fucking idiot in their family who's like, my cat had Lyme disease in 1983 and it was fine after the doctor gave it antibiotics. Oh, but I have cancer. Like, oh my God. Like, so, okay, you have cancer. My disease doesn't exist. Like, you just don't fucking know, you fucking idiots. Like, so then what happens to these people is they're told they're going crazy. And I said this to you this weekend. It's like at least twice a week. I'm like, God, I'm faking it. It's all in my head. I'm crazy. And I get up and I try to do something. Like, I don't know, load the dishwasher, take a shower. I was so excited on Saturday. I took a shower. I thought we were going to do stuff. Wrong. You can't fucking function. Or, oh, my friend the other day, when are you going to go to the doctor? Are you kidding me? Put some salon paws on it. That's my favorite one. There's so many fucking stupid things that people have said to me. And most people are genuinely meaning well. And they genuinely think, oh, like, well, you know, she's been through a lot and, you know, her kids aren't talking to her. She's probably depressed. She's probably anxious. Yeah, that's true too. But guess what? I get up and my blood pressure plummets and I get fainty because of the fucking pots. And even when I take my salt, or I'm in constant pain, or the room is spinning, or I don't know my name, or I can't spit a fucking word out of my mouth, like I'll be like, can you do that? Please do an impression of me. It's hilarious.
Oh, or a lot of times what you'll do is call something by the wrong word.
Yes, and of course people will be like, well, everybody does that as they get older. No, not like this. Not like this. And I'm not trying to be dismissive. And like, I get it. Like, you care, but, or you're like, okay, well, don't think about the negative. But when you have to, you're desperate to get help and to have somebody understand you, it gets worse because you're constantly having to live in this place of explaining it to fucking idiots. And it's like, I don't want to think about it. And if P.S., if we're talking about it, like my pain level never goes below a 5, ever. If it's a 7, I start to complain a little. If it's at a 9, you guys have heard about it. If there's no podcast, it's at a 9.
9 or above. No podcast.
How many podcasts have I done where my pain level's been a 7? I've had to crawl back in the house. How many podcasts where I've been puking all over the goddamn lanai?
That's actually happened a couple times.
3.
Yeah.
3 times.
You're just looking for attention.
I am. I'm just looking for attention. So I don't even know what to say about, listen, we should have access to euthanasia. Our families should put us out of our God. If I was a dog suffering, would you let me fucking suffer? Would you?
No, well, no. I don't like I think I honestly think they would take a dog more seriously than they take your illness.
No, I understand that, but I love you.
Yes.
But like I could go in the house and off myself right now, and I don't because it would upset you too much. And sometimes, and I have to say this, I love you, but I resent the fact that you make me stay alive. It pisses me off.
It's my fault.
I think I just think it's really selfish.
No, I
think it's selfish. Mind you, this man has done everything to care for me for the last 10 years. At one point, he had to wash me, which I had the cleanest tits and puss in all of America. Yes. Everything else dirty, but my tits and my puss were immaculate. My asshole too, just clean, just spick and span. He had to feed me. He's had to prepare pretty much all of the meals for 10 years. All of the cleaning, all of the laundry. Help me talk some sense into him. Okay, if I die, you get $500,000. You can get yourself a hot ass black wife. He likes black ladies. That's the closest he could find. You buy an RV, travel, do your music. You go get season tickets to Disney. You'd have a grand old time for yourself. And you wouldn't have to take care of me anymore. Wouldn't that be nice?
Maybe it's my journey in life to take care of you. Since nobody else
and don't get me wrong. No, nobody else has. And Doug has done a phenomenal job a lot of the time. And sometimes he's done not a good job.
Sometimes I mail it in. Like, you're just faking.
Well, I mean, the reality is, and I think we should do a separate episode on this maybe tomorrow because it's already 9:30. But the reality is caregiver burnout is a real thing. And the biggest issue for caregivers is that they suck at self-care, and you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. So I have to be like, not only am I like on alert to make sure Doug takes care of himself, but like I get anxious when he's not taking care of himself because I know things are going to get worse for me. So I'm like, all I can say is caregivers, please, please, please take care of yourselves. You can't take care of anyone, so you can take care of yourself. Thank you to all the people that care for sick people. Thank you.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Listen, it's an honor to be your husband and to take care of you.
I don't want you to have to, and I wouldn't do things for myself. Oh, and if you're a healthy person and you're watching this podcast and you're like,
you're an asshole. No, wait. No,
and you're like, it's Monday and I had to drive my kids to school and there's traffic and I had to put the barrels out and I had to load the dishwasher and I had to clean up the dog shit and I had to go to work today. Fuck you. I wish I could do any of that. I would give my fucking right tit, and it's a good tit. I would give my right tit to be able to clean your house, to do your job, to fucking take care of your kids. Like, I would do anything to be able to do that. So fuck you.
For the record, I took the barrels out, brought the barrels back in. I didn't complain at all. Just saying.
Well, that's because I told you all weekend, like I was on the, like, yeah. So anyway, Donna says, love you. She says it twice. Trey says, be thankful for the little things. That's true. Be thankful for the little things. And, like, that's not to say that, by the way, and like, because I talked to Trace like 3 times this weekend, and both had health stuff going on. That doesn't mean that I don't want to hear my friends complain about their problems. But if you're bitching and moaning about fucking first world shit on a daily fucking basis, like,
well, that was probably a non-starter with both of us before you got sick.
What's that?
People complaining and
about
being
nothing,
generally miserable, and
nobody wants to talk to you. No one wants to be around you. Everybody's got their fucking problems.
And if you commiserate on just your problems, then you should probably
you got to change the energy.
Line of thought.
And Trace says every day is a battle. I fully understand what you were saying. So, I mean, I definitely want to try to lend on a positive. So I want to just talk real quick about the things that have helped me with Lyme, and then we'll do our gratitude. And hopefully tomorrow we could talk a little bit about being a caregiver and how much that sucked for you. Things that have helped: getting the chemicals out of the house, essential oils, meditation, breath work. I save money by using essential oils. If I don't sell them, but if you want to get the wholesale discount, I can walk you through how I save money on it, whatever. If you do it under me, I get something free, but I don't know what the fuck it is. Or you can just order on your own. Or if you want me to give you my discount, I'll give you my discount. I don't care. I'm not looking to make any money off of sick people. That's fucked up. Meditation, free.
Pfizer does it.
Contrast therapy. They're fucking assholes. Contrast therapy, free. Epsom salt baths, pretty negligible. You can do Epsom salt with baking soda. You can do Epsom salt, baking soda, borax. There's all kinds of things you can do. You could do vinegar. Detox baths are very helpful. Contrast therapy, hot water, cold water, very inexpensive. A biomat and or a sauna are great things to have, but they can be expensive. But if you reach out to Vitamin C Chiropractic, she does help her clients with Vitamin C SEA Chiropractic. Dr. Christina Scott, good friend of mine. She does help all of her patients with discount on their supplements. She has really got me into the standard process supplements. They are all food-based supplements. They are a little bit more expensive, but they're very, very good quality supplements. My only complaint about the standard process supplements is because they are food-based, your dosage may be more pills. So for the sake of argument, the magnesium that I take is 6 pills at a time. And they're like fucking horse pills. By the way, I switched you back to your old magnesium. It's less pills and it's more specifically targeted toward high blood pressure. So homeopathy sometimes helps. I haven't really found the right combination of treatment for that. Colonics helped me tremendously because I couldn't detox. For the constipation, a combination of standard process Easy Mag and Fen Cho along with probiotic have made it so I'm pooping at least once a day. You want to do lymphatic massage, something I learned. I went for 2 lymphatic massages. I paid for them. They were very expensive. I bought the Theragun, the discount knockoff Amazon one that was $40 for Prime Day. And I've been using that to do lymphatic massage. And I don't know if you can see, but look, I have more jaw than I normally do. Sometimes it gets all like poofy and shit. And sometimes it looks like I have little titties in my armpits. I have a little titty right now. I'm smelly. I'm sorry. I have a little, because when I get upset, and it helps. And there's you can look it up online how to do it. Dry brushing helps a little, but it's really diet, attitude, visualization, meditation, herbs to support your body, healthy foods, juicing. You got to get all those vitamins in there and just not let anything negative in. And if you need friendship, you got the podcast. If you need support, you can message me privately. And if you're looking for help from the medical industry when it comes to Lyme, good luck. I would avoid infectious disease doctors and rheumatologists like the plague. In my experience, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Most doctors don't, but you get lucky every once in a while. And then drinking lots of fluid and having a sense of humor. That's why we laugh about everything. Laughter, definitely one of the best medicines. And I'll go over my planner maybe at Christmas or something. So anyway, there's a lot you can do. There is some hope, but I just haven't been feeling well. And today's the anniversary of my diagnosis. So I've been in a fucking place. Sorry for the tirade, or you're welcome, depending on how you look at it. Trace says, yup, you're supposed to throw in a smile on your face and pretend that it's not happening. That doesn't help. Society sucks at this. Empathy and understanding is a lost art. Amen, girl. She says, I'm so thankful for the supportive group of people. Not that I want anyone to even know what I go through on a daily basis, but I love you guys. Thank you, Mary Catherine Superstar. I'm going to start doing it with my crotch. Anyway, that's not the point. Just my crotch. Do you want to smell my crotch and tell me if it smells?
Not at the moment. No, Mrs. Pylock.
I don't know who Mrs. Pylock is. But...
She was a science teacher at the junior high school we went to, and she didn't stink, and she rubbed her armpits and asked people to smell her armpits or something. I don't know. It wasn't my story. It was happened to my older brother. But
I'm glad they're tearing your school down.
But Mrs. Pylock is just a funny reference.
Tracy's laughing. I think it's about my puss and not Mrs. Pylock, but I could be wrong.
Probably about
maybe it's about Mrs. Pylock's puss. You don't know.
I never had her for anything, but she was not a handsome woman. I
do want to suggest 2 films for people to look up. So there is a film called Under Our Skin, and it's kind of like a good story about Lyme. They've also made a sequel to it. And then there was an excellent episode, and it's hard to find, of Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura about Plum Island. It's very interesting. The one thing that I would tell you that I'm very curious about is, why does the federal government own a patent to a bacteria that's in my body?
Wah, wah.
Why? Okay, so I'm grateful for Jesse Ventura, who I'm grateful for everybody who watches the podcast, especially the people that are here tonight. I'm grateful for Jesse Ventura for uncovering that whole nonsense. I'm thankful for, I'm doing these in a bad order, I'm sorry. I'm thankful for my husband, who is an amazing, most of the time, caregiver. I'm thankful to all the people out there that are caregivers. I'm thankful for all the people out there who have chronic illnesses and haven't blown their brains out, just because I would be fucking jealous. And I'm also thankful for all the people out there who inspire me to keep fighting, like my little friend Tracy. And Trace says, yup, Y is right. Would you like to get me started? And I'm thankful for clean water and healthy food and Topo Chico and having the doors open in Florida today.
It was very nice.
And magnesium and lemon to put in my armpits, not at the same time. That burns like a motherfucker. Ask me how I know. I'm thankful for the steak that you made me tonight, even though you ate Chinese food instead.
Oh, it was leftover. So.
And I'm thankful. I don't know.
I'm thankful for the lizard that lives over here now, and he sits on our little outdoor sofa thing on the cushion. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I could buy that for you, little, because he's just like, he thinks he owns it now. It's okay, but I would like him to at least be nice to me.
I think he is nice to you.
I would
he
like
provides
to see
you
a
with
little
hours
gratitude from that little bastard.
What do you mean? He gives you hours of entertainment. He does little dances and shit.
Yeah,
By
he's
the
a
way, have
beautiful
you checked
lizard.
the plants lately? I haven't even seen
I checked them today. They were good. I watered them nicely.
What's going on with the lavender? It looks a little wilty.
I did not water that today, as I water that every other day. But it was super windy today, so they might have got knocked around. Anyways, I am grateful.
Is the Venus flytrap still living?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
I'm grateful for very tense and eventful football game last night. I am grateful
Bills.
that the Bills came out on the just by a shirt grab of and they won that game. So
Do you feel like they would have won if we had gone to the, or it would have been a better game if we had gone to the thing?
no, because it wasn't over until like 11:45 or something like that, and we would
Jesus.
have had to drive home. So, but I just
We
found
can
out.
drive home.
I found out today that there's only 2 more 1:00 games on the schedule. A lot of them are primetime games. So, and I found out that one of them's on Peacock, which we don't
have
even.
Peacock.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it
By
in
the way,
January. Whatever this game is.
Black Friday is coming up.
Oh.
On Black Friday, snatch all those channel
Snatch
deals.
it.
They'll be like
Snatch.
$12 for the whole year. Snatch that shit up Black Friday.
Okay.
That's what we did for Peacock last year, and that's why we have it free for a whole year.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. And I'm grateful for just another day above the ground.
You had a good day doing work stuff today?
Yeah, I had yeah. Well,
Doug got paid, by the way.
I did. I
Finally.
got paid for
We can pay bills
for a month. So yeah. So, so
It was 2 months.
was yeah. Well, yeah. It was actually from July to September, and then guess what? Today, hey, submit the last couple weeks. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah.
So you're gonna start getting paid in a timely fashion.
So hopefully that'll be good. But yeah. So it was oh, and I was also grateful that Kevin and Bob were keeping me entertained during the game with our football banter, which was fantastic. And in lieu of some other folks not texting me during football. So anyway, that's my thing, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. So we love you guys.
I'm also
Trace
grateful
says,
for
you got paid.
I'm also grateful for Stacy tirades, because I don't know. I know there's some sad stuff mixed in there, but like when you get going, it's just a thing of beauty.
I have a couple of other fucking tirades, but some of you have heard them. But I can go on a tirade. Trace says, I'm so thankful for the knowledge passed on from others. I'm thankful for being a good caregiver for Becky when she needs it. More than likely, she is just a great caregiver for me. More than likely, she is a great caregiver for me. I'm thankful for manifesting, and I'm thankful for my vitamins.
Nice.
Oh, vitamin C chiropractic. Yay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Get yourself a Ranadon. Check out Art and Michelle's Instagram. I already forgot what it's called. Roaming Royals or something.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person. I don't remember. And check out anybody else's business we need to plug. No. Oh, check out the new song by Chris. KRIS. What is it called? Leather or something?
Leather fantasy, black leather fantasy something.
It's look up KRIS on Spotify. That's Chris. Check it out.
Oh, it's somebody you know's daughter, right?
It's my friend's daughter, and it's her first song. Tracy says, I like Stacy's tangents. Well, thank you. One more tiny tangent. Doug worked on his music this weekend. Yay, Doug!
And guess what? I got to redo what I did.
I'm going to kick him in the dick.
Mix sound
One
lousy
song, still not finished. How many times have I nagged him? Can you guys nag him,
Yeah.
please? Because he's not listening to me.
You know what I'm going to do tonight after this podcast? Go to bed. I'm done.
It is late, but I'm like wired, and I haven't been wired in a very long time, which means I might be on the upswing.
Which is good.
Yeah,
Which is good. All right. I'm going to put you to work. Mix my stuff.
Trace says, yay, Doug. Get it on, Doug.
Get it on, motherfucker.
Sorry, I'm hiccuping and burping.
Right.
I don't even know
All
what's
right.
happening.
Well, we're gonna close down there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. There was a lot of people tonight, so we appreciate it. And I'm gonna go take care of this one.
Love you.
See
Bye.
ya.
Yeah, hit end stream.
I have to end now. I already.